Hello guys, I am back for another video and today we're talking about what if Deku had a dream SMP quirk. So in the last video, Deku, Izuku woke up and basically greeted Nedry. And after that, he picked his hero name, which was, Techno Blade. And also, Izuku, arrived at his agency, which it's Night Eyes. So, they were just patrolling as they decide to go into a coffee shop, which Izuku saw a girl getting mugged. So Izuku defeated the robbers and got into some secluded place so he can talk to Nedry. Izuku told Nedry that Izuku wanted to date her. So yeah. So now they're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. So yeah, so let's talk about what happens next. So Izuku wakes up as he's starting to get ready for, the final exam. That's where they're going to be going to, a training camp. So, Izuku is going to be, paired up with, Nedry because, everybody already got a partner. So, got picked up with, Nedry. Which Nedry said, so, let's do this, Izuku. Izuku says, sure. So, Izuku gets ready, as also Nedry, as they see All Might arrive in. As All Might says, "Ready, kids?" Izuku says, "Yeah." As Nedry says, "Let's do this, Izuku." As Nedry gets ready to use her quirk, as All Might starts charging in, saying, "Detroit!" As Izuku says, "Yoink!" As Izuku just teleports into his pocket dimension. As All Might says, "What the heck? Where did he go?" As Izuku goes into, and also Nedry goes into, Izuku's pocket dimension. Nedry says, "So, this is your pocket dimension, right?" Izuku says, "Yep. I used to live here back when it's, um, back when I was, working with Overhaul." As she says, "Really?" Izuku says, "Yeah." As Izuku says, "Alright, we're gonna be going over there." As she says, "So, let's do this." Izuku opens up the door as Izuku and her made it to, the finish line. Which All Might looks, behind him as he sees, Izuku and, Nedry in, the finish line. As he says, "Oh, a classic trick." I guess that's why you're the so-called trickster of, that old, fighting you used to do. Izuku says, "Yep." As she says, "Trickster? What do you mean by that, Izuku?" Or All Might, I meant. As he says, it turns out that Izuku's, old, wrestling name, or fighting name, was, called the Trickster, because he uses his pocket dimension a lot and defeats all of his enemies with, most of the time with his tricks. As she says, "Wow, shit. That's actually quite a cool trick, Izuku." As Izuku says, "Yeah, but I don't really use it anymore. It makes me feel like, a coward." So, after that whole thing, they start getting ready to go back to the dorms. So, after that whole thing, Izuku is basically in his room, basically um, punching this punching bag. Because, he was training at the time, because he's going to get ready for, the, for the training camp. So, Izuku, says to Nedry, "Alright, are you done already?" And she says, "Yep." She's basically wearing, just her robe. Izuku says, "Can you, change to your..." She says, "Oh, right." So, instead of their usual, separated beds. They changed it and made it look like, well, it's like a king size bed. So they just put both of their beds together. So yeah. So Izuku says, "So Nedry, come on." As Nedry says, "Coming." As she basically plops herself down into the bed. As she says, "Mmm, it smells so good." Izuku says, "Well, it's thanks to my part." As she says, "Can you come closer, Izuku?" Izuku says, "Sure." As she says, "Well, I wanted to ask, mm, can we well get married when we become older?" Izuku says, "Well, yeah, and we could do that." As she says, "Really?" Izuku says, "Yeah, I just hope that you're..." As she says, "Don't worry." Izuku says, "They'll be always be happy in heaven." Izuku says, "I love you, Nedry." So yeah, so they wake up as they're basically packing all of their things for the, well, training camp. So when they made it to, well, to the bus, everybody's asking to Izuku, "So what did you do last night? Did you..." Izuku says, "No, we did not." As Nedry says, "Yeah." So they start going to, well, the training camp, but Baku's not here, unlike in canon, because, well, she's still homeschooled. So yeah, so they made it to the cliff side, and everything just like in canon happened. So yeah, so I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit because, well, I've been playing this for a long time now because, well, when I first saw this what if, I had this great idea for a scenario. So back to the story. So wait for a second. So it's fast forward because, well, it's the day that's where class 1B arrives. So class 1B arrives as they're saying to, well, or at least talking to class 1A, but some of them don't really think of Izuku as, well, a classmate or a student because, well, he think they think that Izuku's a little bit, well, out of their league because, well, because of his, well, type of fighting style. So they start going to, well, to the test, to the, well, test of courage. So when they started, well, going there, they I meant Izuku is basically, well, paired up with, well, Nedry. So Nedry and Izuku start going into the forest. As Izuku asks Nedry, "Are you afraid?" She says, "No. I'm just, well..." As Izuku says, "Are you seriously afraid?" She says, I am not afraid." Izuku says, "Oh well." So, while they're basically walking around the forest, they hear an explosion as Izuku kind of sees, well, something in the distance. Izuku sees giant spiders, not like actual like quirk users, like actual gigantic spiders with red eyes that pierce through Izuku's soul. As Izuku says, "Nedry, watch out!" As Nedry gets well, pushed, as Izuku gets attacked by one of these spiders. As Izuku sees a gigantic one, like about the same size as a house. As Izuku sees a girl and a boy there. The boy is wearing some sort of, well, black jacket with, well, several scars all around him with stitches. He has dark blue eyes and black hair. And the other one, which is a girl, has, well, blonde hair and yellow eyes. wielding a knife and a schoolgirl outfit. As she says, "Oh, you must be the heroes." The name's Toga. As he says, "The name's Dobby." As they throw these weird looking eggs with several spots. As well, wait for a second, guys. I just got something in. So they throw these weird looking, well, eggs with weird spots. As it basically breaks, as it creates, well, these skeletal type creatures that are almost pitch black, wielding swords. As they say, I hope you're ready because the invasion is soon going to become a beautiful thing. As they start laughing a little bit. As Izuku says, "What the hell? What the hell is going on?" As Nedry says, "I don't know." As Izuku says, "Alright then, let's go into battle positions right now." So she starts using her quirk as Izuku summons out his sword. As he starts slicing up all of these spider-like creatures and these skeletons, or at least what he thinks is skeletons, but they're much larger. They don't even look like any skeleton that a human would have. As two of the people riding on this gigantic spider said, "Let's just go. This is boring." As the man by the name of Dobby says, "Let's just go. Besides, we done our mission." So yeah, so they started leaving into this purple portal with, well, weird looking almost like tan like rims with weird looking eyes looking around as it disappears. But Izuku remembered that, well, this is going to be a flashback. So Izuku was in his room, basically all alone. Izuku decides to, well, go into the balcony. As Izuku sees, well, the man in the, well, the man with the floaty, well, wisp head with yellow eyes, and he's begging for Izuku to help him. As Izuku says, "What do you want?" As he says, "Please, just please, I will do anything, just please." As Izuku says, "I'm sorry, but you're a villain, so I..." As Izuku basically calls, well, the, all of the heroes in the area right now, as they capture, well, Konagiri. So yeah, he keeps screaming about something about, well, the black dragon and the, well, and the destruction of the whole world or something like that. But Izuku thought he was just crazy. But Izuku realized that that dragon, that that dream that he had, it is he talking about that black dragon? As Izuku sees blue fire, or at least what he thinks it's blue fire, and it's being caused by these weird green creatures that when Izuku attacked one of them, they basically all explode. So Izuku started leaving with with Nejiri. As Izuku alerted the heroes, his other classmates started fighting these weird creatures as well. As Izuku and the rest of his classmates got back to, well, to UA, which they were basically on a code red because of these weird creatures which how do I say it? During that whole carnage, well, Momo created a camera because, well, she wanted to document all of this just for memories, but she documented, or at least, well, how do I say it? Recorded all of those, recorded the whole event as they started, well, speculating what were those creatures. And also, by the way, they were not Nomus. So, Izuku basically said to himself, Were or was that dragon actually real? Ugh, it's hurting my head. As it's the next day, where they're basically teaching class as they see, well, something weird coming from this purple portal. And it's not like the portal that Konigiri made. No, 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 no. It's a portal that's made out of, well, it's made out of this black, almost dark stone. But, well, Principal Nezu said to them that it seemed to be made out of, well, a similar, well, structure and, well, material to, well, obsidian, which everybody heard in, like, the comms, as they see several creatures come out of there, some in weird golden armor with golden swords, some with crossbows, and they seem to almost look, well, how do I say it? Pig-like. So, this is going to be the end of the episode, so I hope you liked the video, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. So, bye-bye!